Oh man, I can already see the hate mail coming in. And listen, I make no apology. Goals generally suck for most people. And my purpose of this video is not to be judgmental, and it's not to demotivate you. It's the opposite. It is to help you raise up, because maybe you belong in one of those categories that have actually set goals and put them in a drawer and never done anything with them. Or perhaps you've been one of the select few that have set goals and done the visualization, and you've been part of the process of working towards this goal, but you've never felt motivated by it, and you've never really felt connected to the goal. Or maybe you've heard about this whole SMART goal thing: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time frame. Oh my God, no. Listen, maybe back in the 40s when the world was like restricted in the way it thought and everyone was sort of pigeonholed, but these days, that framework out the window. It just sucks. You cannot set goals like that, and I'll give you a reason why. Tell me what is realistic about colonizing Mars. Think about that. Literally, there is a company, SpaceX, planning, it's a goal to put humans on Mars and colonize it. That's amazing. Tell me what's realistic about programming software with DNA. That's right, in the future, DNA is going to program apps on phones, not just software code. Tell me what's realistic about a 20-year-old running $1 billion company within the space of 2 years, from idea to billion-dollar company. That's amazing. And tell me what's realistic about giving sight to the blind. The first person who was born blind has been given sight for the very first time. This technology is just amazing. And these are my arguments for it. I want you to level up. If you have goals, congratulations, but I'm challenging you to make them bigger. And I'm going to give you the full framework of why we're going to do it this way. What is the purpose of a goal? Why do we actually have to set goals in the first place? And how do we stay fulfilled when we actually achieve these goals? You know, I was 19 when I really fully understand the goal achieving process. I heard about it about the age of 15, and you know, we're all goal seeking creatures at the end of the day. You and I, we are goal seeking creatures. The trick is we want to learn how to do it for the things that we want. And that's where the fear comes in. You're already going to achieve goals. I just want you to set ones that you actually want, not ones you think you can get. That's one of the big hurdles to overcome. But what really clicked for me was understanding that I gave myself a really big window of time. So I said, within 10 years, I want to be one of the world's sort of top professional dancers in the professional 10-dance circuit, which is ballroom and Latin dancing. I had no idea how it was going to happen. I was scared completely of this because I couldn't even dance at the time. All I knew is I wanted it. I wanted it so bad, because you know why? I couldn't deal with having to sit in a 9-to-5 job in a desk, wasting my life away. That's what I would feel would happen. I felt there's got to be more to life. There has to be a bigger challenge. It was hard. Like I realized looking back, it's a big goal because I didn't know where the money would come from. I had to work a series of jobs, from cable TV to not waitressing to washing dishes. And then I went into real estate. I ended up getting out of that business, having to go to London. And then basically when I came back from London, back to my hometown, I had one pair of shoes left with holes in it, and the whole series of things to get to that level. We did it though. And now we have a thriving, profitable business, and we're in the top echelon of our dancing. We love what we do. And now we're reframing our goals for a whole different level. I've got bigger goals than ever before. And I understand how the process works. And that's what I want you to do today. I really want you to take this lesson and run big with it. But think about it like this. If you know how to achieve a goal, it's a terrible goal. That's right, I'm going to say it. This is going to really annoy a lot of people, maybe a lot of speakers out there who teach this stuff because they've never really gone through the process. But listen, I really hope it serves you wherever you are. If you know how to achieve it, if you know how to attain your goal, it's not a goal, it's an objective or a milestone. That does not serve you. You see, a goal is for growth. The whole goal setting process is a logical process. You use your reasoning faculty and your imagination, you start to fantasize and you build an image of a big, juicy goal, but that does not help you to achieve the goal. You don't then set a plan, but you can't really figure out exactly how it's going to happen if it's big enough. Because it's illogical how you're going to go about creating this goal, because you're going to have to change your software programming. Your mental virus code has to get out, and you have to start to change what's called a paradigm, which are the habits that you operate by. To do that is illogical. You're going to have to do stuff that may not actually make sense, but you have to do it. And that's how you rewire your brain for ultimate success. Now, we'll get into that in a different video, but today is really understanding the framework and foundation of goals. We know that they're for growth, and the purpose of a goal is for? No, it is not for stuff. It's not for money. It's not to feel good. It is for growth. It is for growth. That is the purpose. What we must do is make sure that we're fulfilled when we get to our goal. This is the real tough part. Fulfillment is a whole different thing. Being the state of gratitude, knowing that your goal can happen no matter what, is critical. Because lots of people can hit goals, big financial goals, big career goals, and be so unhappy when they get there. Because it's never in the end result. It's never in the attainment of the goal. It's always in the journey. It's always in the person you become. And that person you become changes you. It changes your conditioning. It changes who you are. And because of that growth, you can feel better if you have the right perception. But the goal itself won't make you feel good. You have to have the right attitude and the right mental state. Now, the backing of this is that if you know how to achieve the goal, it's not a worthwhile goal. The only factor, the only prerequisite that you ever have to concern yourself setting a goal is, do you really want it? That's it. Do you really want it? Not, why do I want it? How can I get it? Do I want it? That's as simple as it gets. You don't even have to know why. And do you know why that is? Because something within you is telling you to go after it. You are getting a calling. You've got to listen to it. Your intuitive factor is telling you where you need to go, who you need to call, the person you need to go and speak to. Follow it. That's what goals are about. You see, goal setting, when you set a goal, it's a decision. When you make a committed decision, do you know what happens in that moment? You set up an attractive force. You start to bring people in, situations, circumstances, environments that are going to end up influencing your actions to take different actions to get a different result. This is why when you set the goal, you don't change it. Now, the goal has to be well out of your previous experience. It can't be a little bit. It can't be like, if I earn $50,000 a year, I'm going to earn 60. No, it needs to be so far out of your experience that it's scary and exciting. If it's scary and exciting, you know you're on the right path. It's scary because you don't know how it's going to happen. It's unknown. It's scary. But it's exciting because the promise is there. The promise of it. What if I got it? Okay, that's why the only question you ask is, do I really want it? Because you're going to trade your life for it. Think about it. Your life. The one precious thing, who you are, your entire time on this earth is going to be geared towards it. So listen, if you don't like where you're at, if you don't like the circle of influence you're around, if you don't like the career you're in, if you don't like the business you're in, change it. Make the goal. Make the goal. Set it so big. Give yourself a time for it. All right? You want to know that within a year or two, you might get there. But it shouldn't be realistic or attainable. So if anything, it's a SMIT goal, right? Specific. Cool, measurable, yeah. You need to know, like, how much do you want? What sort of business? What size do you want it to grow to? Time frame, definitely, but not attainable and realistic, okay? That is not good. That's not going to inspire you to do what it takes. Because listen, to raise up and to step out of bed every day and to go after something you don't know that you can get takes a lot of courage and faith. The faith and courage can only be backed if you really want it. If you have a burning desire, as Napoleon Hill says, if that dream's on your heart and you want it, you've got to have something so big you're going after that it will push you over the failure, the ridicule, the criticism. What do other people think of me? What does my family think of me? Right? That's a big one. Well, that's right. If it's big enough, you'll overcome it with that hurdle. That's not the only starting point. There is another section to this as well, and that is, who are you around? Once you set this goal, you've got to find the right team and environment of like-minded people to support you, keep you accountable to the actions you need to take, because you can't do it alone. There's a great saying though, you got to do it by yourself, but you can't do it alone. But that's exactly how goals work. You've got to set it so big it scares you, and it gets you out of bed early, keeps you up late at night. But remember this, you don't have to know why you want it. You don't even have to know how it's going to happen. Until you get it, then you'll know how. You just have to know, do you really want it? Is this something you want? Because you're going to trade your life for it. So it better be worth it. Now listen, I really hope this has helped you, because this is my life. I love to teach this sort of material. I love to share the insights I've had, because I've had lots of wins, but I've had enormous failures. And I've seen what works and what doesn't through this process. I would love to know your biggest challenge. How can I help you? How can you get to that next level? In the meantime, this is Vaughan Liddicoat. I would love you to subscribe to my channel below, and I look forward to serving you and bringing more videos that really help you on this journey. Thank you very much.